control the development, right? And so we hope that this development will help encourage additional development to surround the project. So that's the desire. So we recognize that our riverfront has a beautiful view of the world, right? Which is unique, and some would call it a virgin riverfront, an opportunity to develop how we want to develop it. So this is the first step, I think, in trying to get that development to a position where it encourages additional development. It's a big thing for downtown.
John, let me ask you this. Just, we own the property, and you have to you come down and build, put up a shop, something, put up a building. That building, the city gonna put the building up, and the venue come in and rent it. How they gonna work? When we get to that part, I know it's
Sure. So the venue in this case is green space and stage, right? So we'll have a permanent place, we'll have a permanent stage. So it's not a building under a roof, right? So there's not going to be anything under a roof. It's just green space with the stage.
Is it covered?
So,
Is it covered?
the roof will, the stage will be covered. Yes, ma'am. The plans for that stage will be covered. We got some pretty unique ideas as to what that could look like. We'll see how it unfolds. But so as far as renting the space, we got to figure that out, right? I think ultimately we got to figure out how we will use it. We know that we can utilize it, we can program it. I think the idea is to keep it relatively consistent so that the businesses around it can also benefit from that if they're, and that's why we want businesses that utilize that type of thing, right? That's the plan. So we do need to figure out those details as how it would be leased or rented, so to speak, if that's an option the city's interested in.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Okay. Since there are no comments or questions at this time, council, I'd like to call for a vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council on the finance department is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the city manager to appoint a newly authorized representative and signer on the city's account, TSYS, known as TSYS Merchant Solution, LLC, doing business as Global Payments. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City has the need to appoint a new authorized signer for its TSYS Merchant Solutions, LLC, doing business as Global Payments account. And whereas TSYS Merchant Solutions, LLC, doing business as Global Payments, has provided the necessary application to facilitate the change of the authorized signer. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, does hereby authorize and direct the city manager to appoint a newly authorized representative and signer on the city's account with TSYS Merchant Solutions, LLC, doing business as Global Payments. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, motion, Councilman Bailey. May I have a second? May I have a second, Council?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Florence. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Abstain.
Thank you.
Next, Council on the Human Resource Department, I do want to say this, particularly to everyone here and who's watching. This is one of the biggest highlights that I think we can do each year for our employees, which is the people are your biggest and your best assets. So we try to make sure that we take care of them, we take care of this community, and take care of us. So to me, this is a highlight. It's under the Human Resource Department. So with that said, Council, we do have a resolution in reference to a one-time compensation payment for full-time employees. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City Council of the City of Phenix City wishes to grant all permanent full-time employees of the City of Phenix City a one-time compensation as follows. And whereas each employee is to be granted $29.17 per month for each full month employed during the calendar year, January through December 2025, for a total of up to $350.04. Employee shall be a permanent full-time employee on the date in which payment is scheduled, December 5th, 2025. Permanent full-time employees on military leave, leave of absence, and workers' compensation leave will also be entitled to pay as if they had worked. And whereas for all permanent full-time employees hired during the calendar year 2025, if hired from the 1st through the 15th of the month, $29.17 will be paid for that month. If hired from the 16th through the end of the month, the $29.17 compensation is not to be paid for that month. Now therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize this one-time compensation be granted to such employees due to the holiday season. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
I like that. We want to take care of
That's right.
I'm gonna go with the newly appointed person to make the motion, because we all said it at the same time. Councilmember Lawrence, and we'll give the second to Councilmember Green. Okay? I like that. Okay, any other comments or questions or discussion? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, again, on the Human Resource Department, which is something we're very proud of, is a resolution in reference to a one-time compensation for retirees, pensioners, as well as beneficiaries. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City Council of the City of Phenix City wishes to grant all retirees, pensioners, or the beneficiaries of such from the City of Phenix City a one-time compensation. And whereas each retiree, pensioner, or beneficiary is to be granted $250 for the year 2025. And whereas the recipient of payment shall be considered a retiree, pensioner, or beneficiary from the City of Phenix City on the date in which payment is scheduled, December 5th, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, does hereby authorize this one-time compensation of $250 be granted to retirees, pensioners, and beneficiaries due to the holiday season. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, for reading that. Council, you've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? I will say this is a huge deal. It's a 25% increase, am I right? It's not year over year, and it goes to show you. But I tell you that this would not be possible if we have not been stewards of this money, particularly the city manager who has budgeted this, and we do have another one that's coming up that we're very proud of. So this is really a big deal, because as I say, the biggest asset and the most important assets are your people. So we try to make sure that in some way, form, or fashion, we appreciate them. I will tell you, we have had some former employees that try to be funny and really nasty to say we need to pay our people more. But this is an indication that we value our people. So with that said, at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Before we call for a vote, Mayor, I'd like to elaborate just a little bit, if I may, please. This is something that we do every year. I look at all through the IAB and CI, and I look at those items. And just last week, I had the opportunity to discuss such as this in my conference. We have a lot of city out there not able to do this type for their employees. And we are blessed to have a plan and do this for our employees. You know, and as you said, Phoenix is a positive in Phoenix City, and we are doing great things here in Phoenix City. And I'm sure our employees, those folks who are retired and what have you, they're probably sitting around, forgotten about this little money coming in. And once they receive it, I'm sure it'll be a joy to them as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. 25% increase, so we're very proud of that. With that being said, call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Again, Council, another spectacular thing that we're doing is a resolution in reference to a one-time longevity payment. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas, in consideration and implementation of additional measures to reward and retain long-term employees, longevity pay was added as a budgeted line item in the fiscal year 2026 budget. And whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City wishes to provide this longevity payment to reward the commitment employees have demonstrated to their professions with the city. And whereas each regular employee with at least 2 years of consecutive service as of December 5th, 2025 is to be granted a flat $100 payment. Regular employees with at least 5 years of consecutive service as of December 2025 shall receive an additional $10 for each year of consecutive employment. Employees shall be in an active status on the date in which payment is scheduled, December 5th, 2025, in order to qualify for payment. And whereas the city manager and city council hereby authorize payments to employees based on the qualifications previously stated, the said payment totaling to approximately $51,240 and related employer FICA payment for the longevity pay totaling to $55,159.86. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize this one-time longevity payment to be granted to employees in gratitude for their time serving the citizens of Phoenix City. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Ms. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we got a motion from Councilmember Green and a second from Councilmember Florence. Any comments or discussion? Okay,
Say something here.
yes, sir.
Coming up to these last couple of months of the year, this is always a crucial time in our communities. You know, we experience a lot of depression, a lot of people that pass away during these 2 months. That's historic facts there. So it is our employees, we always fall out there with a lot of things. The first 2 we implemented in 2009. And ever since then, we've been doing everything we possibly can to help our employees, whether they need it or not, it's someone that they can help. Give them an opportunity to help during this time. Especially with this month and this week, we worry about the supplemental nutrition program that's going on in America, where it's going to affect 42 million people. In Russell County itself, it's going to affect 12,000 people. So we're looking at things from happening with program, over 1,000 some programs. When you hear the word WIC, you automatically think of children and kids. So there's a lot of people that's not as blessed as a lot of us are. You know, every time we think it's deficiency, sometimes we take a look around and you'll see people with a lot more problems than you can imagine. The things that we try to do for our employees, you know, try to hope that they're grateful for them or about the situation and how people are working. But this is something that we gotta make sure when everything rises, all of us try to rise together and try to maintain taking care of our community and the surrounding communities and people that surround us that is affected, because a lot of people don't understand the levels where this money is taken in, where this program takes over $9 billion per month to finance. And where you're taking a look at where your money, your revenue goes to when you're paying taxes throughout, whether you're dealing with the federal level or whether you're dealing with the state level, or you're looking at who can implement something to bring reserve money in to take care of these people. And as of this morning, it said the federal government was going to try to at least supply half, you know, and you look at that, but there's other things that we can do for people while we are working, and we gotta help people, bottom line. And a lot of calls that come in at our level because of this, we get hit because on the local level of government is the part of government that's really dealing with people. A lot of times they don't see the people from the federal level or the state level, but they see us. And they want us to be able to answer these questions of what's going to happen in the community with the food banks, the people that need help. So there's a lot of things that when you work these jobs, you forget about that. It's easy to forget about things like that. But we have a lot of kids, like our programs. A lot of people wonder where the kids go to in the evening. You know, it's unbelievable that people don't have food when they get home. You know, but our programs where a lot of people are gonna think, they say, well, yeah, our school is going, well, Parks and Rec in this city. They do a lot for kids after school program. These are where kids go to. Whether it's at Spencer Rec, whether it's at Fifth Street Club, whether it's Bird Martin Center, whether it's Central Activity Center, whether it's the library. We have a lot of locations where we can be in touch with people that's in need. And that's something we gotta think about, you know, it's crucial for you all to understand that. Because people are gonna look at us as a government and expect for us to be doing something to help them. And sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't, but we do have the resources to help you. That's
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Arnold. Any other comments, discussion, council? If not, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on the council and the police department. We have a resolution in reference to declaring HKSK pistols as listed on Exhibit A as surplus to be sold to Gulf States distributors, a federal license holder, for $320 each. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the police department of the city of Phenix City has property which is no longer needed for public or municipal purposes. And whereas section 11-43-56 of the Alabama Code of 1975 as amended authorizes the municipal governing body to dispose of unneeded personal property. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the described HKSK pistols as listed on the attached sheet labeled Exhibit A are hereby declared surplus to be sold to Gulf States distributors, a federal firearms license holder, for the amount of $320 each. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution which council we've all heard. At this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And council also on the police department. There's a resolution in reference to declaring HKVP9 pistols as listed on Exhibit A as surplus to be sold to Gulf States distributors, a federal license holder, for $295 each. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the police department of the city of Phenix City has property which is no longer needed for public or municipal purposes. And whereas section 11-43-56 of the Alabama Code of 1975 as amended authorizes the municipal governing body to dispose of unneeded personal property. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the described HKVP9 pistols as listed on the attached sheet labeled Exhibit A are hereby declared surplus to be sold to Gulf States distributors, a federal firearms license holder, for the amount of $295 each. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November 2025.
Okay. Council, you've heard the resolution.
Motion to approve.
All right, I have a motion from Councilmember Florence. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, these weapon company police department goes to this venue in Gulf State distributor. Is there any way, the possibility you get back out on the street? I'm just wondering, and where did these dollars, they go back into the general trade as well?
Gulf States will resell these guns. These are police department guns, that they're not property in evidence. The reason we're surplusing these is they have an old style iron sight. We're switching to 100% optic sights, which is a red dot sights, increases accuracy and target acquisition. But those funds will be given as a credit that we use to purchase the new modern firearms.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Council White. Any other comments or discussion? If not, council, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council on the utilities department. Is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to approve payment to Southern Brush Cutting and Grading LLC for the repairs of sanitary sewer main and storm pipe along Mill Creek near 901 12th Street in an amount not to exceed $55,000. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas emergency work is required on a sanitary sewer main and storm pipe along Mill Creek near 901 12th Street. And whereas this work needed to be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and stop sanitary sewage from getting into said creek and prevent surface water from entering the sanitary sewer. And whereas Southern Brush Cutting and Grading LLC submitted a quote for repairing the sanitary main in an amount not to exceed $55,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to approve payment to Southern Brush Cutting and Grading LLC for the repairs of sanitary sewer main and storm pipe along Mill Creek near 901 12th Street in an amount not to exceed $55,000. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November, 2025.
Thank you again for reading the resolution. Council, you've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Florence. Comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, on the utilities department is a resolution in reference to awarding a bid to DeBois Chemicals Incorporation for granular soda ash in an amount of 0.229 per dry pound. Ms. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City Utilities Department has solicited sealed bids as required under the Alabama bid law. And whereas the lowest responsible bidder meeting the specifications for granular soda ash used at the water filtration plant was DuBose Chemicals, Inc., their bid being 0.229 per dry pound. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby accept the lowest responsible bid from DuBose Chemicals, Inc. for granular soda ash, provided it meets the specifications needed, and authorizes the Utilities Department to purchase said chemical at the above listed pricing through September 30th, 2026. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November, 2025.
Okay. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. May I have a motion, council?
Motion to approve.
All right, motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to awarding a bid to Rentag Mid-South Incorporation for liquid chlorine in an amount of $1,939 per pound. Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Whereas City of Phenix City Utilities Department has solicited sealed bids as required under the Alabama bid law. And whereas the lowest responsible bidder meeting the specifications for liquid chlorine used at the water filtration plant and wastewater treatment plant was Brentag Mid-South, Inc. Their bid being $1,939 per ton. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby accept the lowest responsible bid from Brentag Mid-South, Inc. for liquid chlorine, provided it meets the specifications needed, and authorizes the Utilities Department to purchase said chemical at the above listed pricing through September 30th, 2026. Passed, approved, and adopted this 4th day of November, 2025.
Okay. Council, again, we all have heard the resolution that's been read by the clerk. At this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve it.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Green. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, from Councilmember Florence. Comments or discussion?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, council, on the Utilities Department, is a resolution in reference to awarding a bid to Brentag Mid-South sulfur dioxide S02 in an amount of $2,125 per ton. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City Utilities Department has solicited sealed bids as required under the Alabama bid law. And whereas the lowest responsible bidder meted the specifications for sulfur dioxide S02 used at the wastewater treatment plant with Brentag Mid-South Inc., their bid being $2,125 per ton. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby accept the lowest responsible bid from Brentag Mid-South Inc. for sulfur dioxide, provided it meets the specifications needed, and authorizes the Utilities Department to purchase said chemical at the above listed pricing through September 30th, 2026. Passed, approved, and adopted this fourth day of November 2025.
Okay. Thank you. Council, you've heard the resolution. May I ask the council for a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
All right, motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, there's a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire a Hawk Company. Did I say that right? Hawk Company to provide 1 year of instrumentation services at the wastewater treatment plant for $16,406 with the option to renew a second year at $18,379.24. This is Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City operates a wastewater treatment plant which has 2 large aeration basins, multiple hot controllers, and dissolved oxygen probes, and a laboratory equipped with benchtop hot instrumentation. And whereas Hawk Company is the provider of the proprietary laboratory and process control instrumentation currently in use at the wastewater treatment plants. And whereas Hawk Company has submitted a quote to provide comprehensive instrumentation services which includes maintenance and calibration of the aforementioned equipment in accordance with ABL regulations. And whereas the proposed services include warranty coverage, preventative maintenance, replacement parts, and required calibration services. And whereas the quote for said services totals $16,406 for the first year and $18,379.24 for an optional second year for a combined total of $34,785.24. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to hire Hawk Company to provide 1 year of instrumentation services at the wastewater treatment plant for $16,406 with the option to renew for a second year at $18,379.24. Passed, approved, and adopted this fourth day of November 2025.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Kind of little tongue twister there. Tell me, it didn't happen. So we've all heard the resolution. It's time I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Councilmember Florence, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comment, discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next, council, also on the Utilities Department, is a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to purchase monitoring and process control equipment from Hawk Company for the new aeration basin in an amount not to exceed $51,131.29. This is Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City has purchased and does operate a new aeration basin. And whereas the new aeration basin does not currently possess instrumentation for monitoring and process control. And whereas the Hop Company has supplied a previous instrumentation for the older aeration basins and provided the lowest quote for the necessary instrumentation equipment in the amount of $51,131.29. And whereas the proposed equipment is essential for maintaining process stability, biological inventory control, uniformity within the existing instrumentation, and compliance with permit requirements. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to purchase monitoring and process control equipment from Hop Company for the new aeration basin in an amount not to exceed $51,131.29. Passed, approved, and adopted this fourth day of November 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Councilman Green, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Davis. Any comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, on the agenda is the ordinance. These are second reading. The first one is an ordinance granting a non-exclusive franchise to the Southern Light LLC franchisee, its successor and assigns for the purpose of constructing, operating, and maintaining a fiber optic infrastructure network within the public right-of-ways of the city of Phenix City, Alabama. Council, the first reading was on the 21st of last month. I'm not going to actually first reading. However, at this time, I'd like to call for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Okay, it's time to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, on the second reading is an ordinance authorizing the mayor and city manager to execute a right-of-way only small cell master access agreement with Southern Light LLC, grantee, its successors and assigns to allow the installation, operation, and maintenance of small cell wireless facilities and related communication equipment within the public right-of-way of the city of Phenix City. Again, council, this first reading was on the 21st of last month. I'm not going to ask the clerk to reread this item, but at this time, I'd like to call for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, council, on the ordinance is an ordinance granting a non-exclusive franchise to Unity Fiber Gulf Coast LLC franchisee, its successors and assigns for the purpose of constructing, operating, and maintaining a fiber optic infrastructure network within the public right-of-way in the city of Phenix City, Alabama. This was the first reading on the 21st. Again, not going to ask the clerk to reread it, but we'll ask this council for a motion. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Councilmember Green, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, council, there's an ordinance authorizing the mayor and city manager to execute a right-of-way only small cell master access agreement with Unity Fiber Gulf Coast LLC grantee, its successor, and assigns to allow the installation, operation, and maintenance of small cell wireless facilities and related communication equipment within the public right-of-ways in the city of Phenix City, Alabama. This too was also read, first reading on the 21st of last month. Not going to ask the clerk to reread it as I stated, but at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Motion.
Yeah, call for motion, I'm sorry. Thank you. Motion, Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, on the first reading. There's an ordinance to amend section 3C of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, chapter 13, licenses and permits, article 1. Mrs. Davis.
An ordinance to amend section 3C of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, chapter 13, licenses and permits, article 1. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the Code of Ordinances of the City of Phoenix City, chapter 13, licenses and permits, article 1, is hereby amended as follows. Section 3, license term, minimums. C, issue fee for each license issued, there shall be an issue fee collected of $14, and said issue fee shall be collected in the same manner as the license tax. Be it further ordained by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that all laws or parts of laws in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. If any part of this ordinance is declared invalid or unconstitutional, such declaration shall not affect the sections that remain.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we heard on the first reading at this time. I'd like to ask for a motion to place on first reading.
All promotion at this time, Mayor?
For first reading.
Yes.
Got a motion from Mr. Davis, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Davis. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, council, on the first reading is an ordinance to exempt certain items from the municipal sale and use tax during February 2026, referred to as severe weather preparedness tax holiday. Mrs. Davis.
An ordinance of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama to exempt certain covered items from the municipal sales and use tax during February 26, as authorized by Act 2012-256, generally referred to as a severe weather preparedness tax holiday. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, as follows. Section 1, in conformity with the Provisions Act 2012-256, enacted by the Alabama Legislature during the 2012 regular session, providing for a state sales and use tax holiday. The City of Phoenix City, Alabama exempts covered items from municipal sales and use tax during the same period, beginning at 12:01 a.m. on Friday, February 20th, 2026, and ending at 12 midnight Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. Section 2. This ordinance shall be subject to all terms, conditions, definitions, time periods, and rules as provided by Act 2012-256. Section 3. The city clerk of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama is hereby authorized and directed to certify a copy of this ordinance under the seal of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, and to forward said certified copy to the Alabama Department of Revenue to be recorded and posted on the department website. Section 4. This ordinance shall become effective upon publication in the Citizen of East Alabama.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we all have heard the first reading. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion to place on first reading, please.
Motion to place on first reading.
All right. Motion from Councilmember Green, may I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Davis. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, council, on the board appointments, we have some board appointments from different boards. The first one is the Downtown Redevelopment Authority. We do have 2 openings, but at this time, council, we've had a person that our clerk has contacted, and they decided to continue to serve. With that, I would like to ask for a motion to reappoint Ronnie Brown on the Downtown Redevelopment Authority. May I have a motion for reappointment?
Motion at this time, Mayor, for reappointment.
Okay, is that a second?
Second.
Second. Motion from Councilman Day, second from Councilman Day. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey.
Yes.
Councilmember Florence,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, the second opening of the Downtown Redevelopment Authority, I'd like to ask this council for a motion to appoint Mr. Hugh Cedric as a member of the Downtown Redevelopment Authority. May I have a motion to appoint Mr. Hugh Cedric? May I have a motion, please?
All motion at this time, Mayor.
Motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. All right, good, Ms. Davis?
Yes, sir.
All right, at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Ms. Davis?
Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Florence,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, go ahead.
Ronnie Brown, what is going to be for the housing vacant board? Not the downtown redevelopment board? I think.
Yeah, that is.
Housing
Yeah, that is.
vacant board. Reappoint.
That is true.
Just hit me, that,
Yeah.
there was, we had two different boards that needed somebody, reappointment, so to speak. What
So
do we need to do?
what we need to do is recant that, motion, for appointing Mr. Brown, and then we'll just, have to come back. We don't have to do it for you, Cedric,
No.
but we have to do it for him. Am I right?
Yes.
Cynthia? Okay. We're all on the same page?
Yes.
Thank you, Councilman Bailey. So with that, I'd like to ask for a motion to unappoint Mr. Ronnie Brown to the Downtown Redevelopment Authority Board due to the fact that this is not the correct board for him. So I ask for that motion to unappoint.
I'll offer that motion at this time.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Day, we have a second.
I second.
Second from, Councilman Bailey. Okay, make sure the minutes reflect that, Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's on the house.
Big part?
He's on the housing.
No,
No, here we go.
is it the
housing.
vacant
Board.
The housing.
board? Vacant board.
All right.
So make sure
He's already
that,
on it.
yeah,
And he's coming up.
so make sure that is reflected in the minutes,
No.
Mr. Davis. So we have a motion, we have a second for the unappointment of Mr. Brown. So with that, call for the vote.
Mayor, actually, Hugh Shepherd is on that abatement board as well.
No, he's supposed to be on this one. Am I right?
Hugh Shepherd.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is correct. Thank you. So what we'll have to do, council, we'll also make a motion for that, but we'll,
Voting Ronnie first.
yeah. So we got the motion and the second for Brown, at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Florence,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, council, at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to unappoint Mr. Hugh Cedric for the Downtown Redevelopment Board. Okay?
I'll let that motion.
We got a motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Member Green. All right. Make sure the minutes reflect this, Mrs. Davis, but at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis, to
I
unappoint.
thought we had him for the housing, co-abatement, Hugh Shepherd.
Yeah,
That's what we're saying.
You want-
This is the Downtown Redevelopment.
yeah, we had voted for the downtown redevelopment board for both of them. And they should have both been on the housing.
Available.
Oh,
Okay.
Right. One of them was reappointment.
And the other one was
You.
Mr. Hugh Cedric. So we have the motion and the second to unappoint both of those. We've already voted on Mr. Brown. It's time to need to vote on Mr. Hugh Cedric. We got a motion from Councilman Day. We got a second from Councilman Green to unappoint him. And then, under the Housing Abatement Board, we have, well, let's go ahead and take the vote for that.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
So what we're going to have to do is come back, because these are the housing abatement, both of them. Okay, so we'll have to do that in the next week. Make sure you take note. Looking out for, Mr. Bailey and Mrs. Florence. Okay, next on the board appointment is the Housing Code Abatement Board. We do have one opening, okay? At this time, council, no, that's the one that's.
That's the
one.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to come back and redo that one, because Mrs. Florence is not, she's on the downtown redevelopment. So let's do this one and go back after we do the planning commission and go back and do the downtown redevelopment authority for, Mrs. Florence. Okay? All right. So what we need to do, at this time, the Housing Code Abatement Board, I'd like to ask for a motion to reappoint Mr. Brian Brown to the Housing Abatement Board.
Motion to reappoint.
Okay, we have a motion from, Councilmember, Florence, and that's a second, Mr. Day?
Yes.
We have a second, okay? This is for the reappointment for the, Housing Code Abatement Board. Mr. Ryan Brown will be contacted. So we have a motion, we have a second. Call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, at this time, council, we'd like to ask for a motion to appoint Mr. Hugh Cedric to the Housing Code Abatement Board.
All that motion.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Davis, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And make sure the minutes reflect this.
Okay.
Now, we can go back to the Downtown Redevelopment Authority. Okay? There is an opening, and at this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion to appoint Sponica Florence to the Downtown Redevelopment Authority. May I have a motion?
All that motion at this time, Mayor.
All right, motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. We have a motion, we have a second. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Abstain.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council on the planning commission. We do have an opening, and at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to appoint, Mr. Steve Bailey to the planning commission.
Motion to appoint.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Florence, may I have, that's the second.
Second.
And we got a second from, Councilman Day. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Call for the vote, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Abstain.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And make sure the minutes reflect all these changes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. We do not have anything on the city attorney, but at this time on the city manager, we have a resolution, council, in reference to the compensation and benefits agreement between the city of Phoenix City and city manager Wallace B. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city of Phenix City, Alabama operates under the council manager form of government per Act 71 of 1977 as amended. And whereas it is the desire of the city council to retain the services of Wallace B. Hunter as city manager of the city of Phoenix City per sections 3.08 and 4.04C of the city charter, does therefore wish to enter into an agreement for said services as set forth in the attached compensation and benefits agreement attached hereto and made a part hereof. Now therefore be it resolved that the city council of the city of Phoenix City, Alabama, does hereby accept and approve the attached compensation and benefits agreement for the services of Wallace B. Hunter as the city manager of the city of Phoenix City, Alabama. Has approved and adopted this 4th day of November, 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Councilmember Green, may I have a second? second from Councilman Day. Okay? We have the motion, we have the second, we have that, Mrs. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, at this time, I call for the vote, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Florence?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all, and thank you, Councilman Day, Council, Member Florence for that correction on those appointments. So next time we'll come back and do them the way.
Sean probably had a few people there.
You better speak up, raise your hand. Thank you all so much, Council. Thank you all for what we're doing for this community. I can't only tell you how much I appreciate you all, and as I always say, we're gonna do it right the first time. With that, Council Member, anything?
I have two things, if I may, Mayor. You know, looking at what the city had put in place with the acknowledgement of our city staff in 5 years of increments, I think my math is correct, approximately 80 years we saw this morning. And that's exciting to know and see that the city, the director of HR, recruit and retain employees. And it really makes a bold statement about how well the city will operate with its recruitments. And so we say congratulations again to that city staff for the years of service. It makes our city function in a very positive manner when we can, again, hire and retain employees. So I just want to say congratulations again. And, you know, we were excited as we were voting on those resolutions under HR, you know, the one-time compensation and for full-time employees as well as those for retirees and the one-time longevity payments. In a time like this, we have also witnessed the U.S. government started a shutdown October 1, and it's still lasting. So those payments and those compensations, not just payments, to the people, you know, is so much needed. And I was just, you know, eager to vote to make sure that, you know, our children and the people in our community have food on their table for this upcoming Thanksgiving and these holiday seasons that we are approaching. And just one of those things, we don't know when this U.S. government shutdown will end, but we pray that all the people, all of God's people, will get what they need when they need it. So we're just going to stay prayerful and hopeful. And that made history. It was the second time in our U.S. history that a government shutdown has happened. And speaking of history, local history is now taking place on this council. And so I want to publicly say our newest council member serving at large has made history right here in Phenix City. And so we say congratulations to Councilman Florence for answering the call. And so we hope and pray that she will continue to do the work that she has been assigned to do. And I think, and certainly serving with two women of color on this council. And so, yes, we see history unfolding right here in Phenix City. And so, again, this council, if I may say so, is all about the business of Phenix City. And so, we will probably get another opportunity to say, you know, happy holidays, but we know that, you know, Thanksgiving is coming up and our families are so important. I'm certainly dealing with some family issues right now, trying to find placement for my brother and praying, you know, I've had recent deaths in my family, so I'm asking for prayers and soliciting prayers for overcoming and being able to adjust to my new way of living. So, but through it all, we know God is in charge. And again, I just want to say congratulations to those staff and to Councilmember Florence for serving in this capacity. And thank you again to the second district for reappointing me to serve as your representative. And I will certainly hope and pray that God will show you favor in all times. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, Mr. Bailey, anything?
All right, just real quickly, just want to thank all the department heads for all the work that they do every day. A lot of them working short staff, long hours. A lot of them get phone calls all the time about people that's disgruntled, upset, don't like what's going on in certain areas of the town, certain roads being closed, water leaks and all of that. Parks being disturbed with trees and walking trails messed up. But all that's growing pains. It's like raising a baby. Babies start out, they need an awful lot of training, an awful lot of care, and it's an awful big mess. But they finally grow into teenagers and they grow into adults. Our city's doing the same thing. We're in some growing pains right now.
Yeah.
We're making a lot of moves, different ones throughout the city. Some of them that will be noticed for fun, some will be noticed because they have to be done with the infrastructure and the roads and all. So just bear with us. Every city has these. You say you want to get up and move somewhere else. Hate to see that happen, but I promise you, where you move, you'll be complaining about the same thing you complained about here. It works too hard, days too long, and don't make enough money. You have the same issues. That's not going to change. That's just life. And it's no better place to live than Phenix City. And I appreciate all the people that do care about this city. The folks we had in here yesterday, and the folks we have sitting here today, and the folks that are at home this morning listening. Just bear with us. The city's going to change some things, and it's going to get better. Thank you.
I would just say thank you all for working with me and embracing me, giving me the information and allowing me the time to learn this process. I just look forward to interacting and meeting and working with you and supporting you as I can on the council. So thank you all for having me. I appreciate the opportunity and will continue to serve. Thank you.
Mr. Davis?
I ain't gonna say anything, but I must say this.
You don't have to.
I must say this, I just want to take this opportunity to thank those folks for allowing me to represent them on the council for the next 4 years. And I don't take that lightly, Mayor. I'm a people person, I love people, and I try to do what I can for the people in my district, and not only in my district, but like the city and the home available. I take those opportunities to represent. Well, I'm in favor. And I realize again that I've gone through some things here the last few months with very on my wife and what's happening from it on myself. But I pray, and you know, Terry, and I don't know anything was coming. And I thank God for that. I may do some things that at my age get around to do those things. But again, we must, I'm God. If we pray, we know prayer can go where no other can go. And I know, and I'm a firm believer in that, Mayor. I'm in Sunday school and Sunday, every Sunday morning, Sunday school in church. But I brought up that way. And again, I said this on yesterday, Mayor. What we gotta do is treat folks right in the way we wish to be treated. That's go a long way. And if we do that, I think we'll be headed in the right direction. But I often say this, I said, Jesus said he comes all of us to follow. And he's all about love. And it's the simple step, in love. And one of the things that I be quiet, I said this on yesterday, I believe, Mayor said, Sister Phenix said, I have a problem. That problem is we must not go crash out in our city. And let's try to work hard to keep our city clean. I was up the hill across my street just the other day with a bag and gloves on picking up paper because I can't stand it. I know in the little area where I live at, up and down the street picking up paper. That's something I do. I'm sorry, that's all I got, Mayor.
I am gonna ask the city manager if he has anything, but after he says something, we do want to show a video and then I'll come back and close us out. Adjourn us, okay? Mr. Hunt?
Okay, thank you. Bear with me a few minutes, you all. Okay. First of all, I want to say this. I appreciate the extension of time. I had planned on being retired today. And I plan on retiring over the next several months. I want to make sure everybody know that. What this extension gives us a chance to do is to take a look at our assistant city manager or anyone else that you all might want to employ as city manager. I want y'all to understand something. I've been here, this is my 40th year. I'm trying to contain myself because it's kind of emotional because I look at this thing. I'm the 6th city manager that's been in this city. I worked under 5 of them. I knew Mr. Nicholson back in 77, 78. So I've known every city manager that's been here since the change of government. I've had an excellent career here. You know, there's a lot of things that we're facing right now, and I could have ran away from them. Now I decided to stay on and try to meet these challenges over the next few months. And it's going to be a change because the world has changed on us this time. I'll be into this 5th council that I would have served. You know, so, you know, you're going into your 18th year and you look at the different things and you feel emotional about the city. It's a lot of things. I've seen this whole council change and I'm a direct person. So, a lot of times you have to look at the sensitivity of this community and the way things change. You know, you said something, Councilperson Green a few minutes ago, and the things that you gotta understand, when I sit here years ago, it was always limited to one African American on the council. Now, that's changed over the years, and Mr. Bell has said up here like somebody said here for a lot of years. The thing that we have to do as far as our community and society is show people that we have the dignity and class to operate like we're supposed to, and it's not a race type thing at all. In any kind of manner, because if it was, I wouldn't be sitting here now. John Franklin and Mark Anthony, who was personnel director, years ago in the early 80s, had recruited me. We was under affirmative action during those times. And those guys really came out and made sure I was Kmart management, with Kmart management during that time. Wanted to be a firefighter, decided to be a police officer. My father said no. The whole gang, I got out of the military, the whole work. So Phenix City has been my life for a long time. And I met a lot of people. I came to a department it was a discriminating department back then. We knew that, but I've seen it change over and over and over again for the betterment of this city throughout. So we want people to be comfortable no matter who or what shade is setting up here anywhere else. I have to address those issues because a lot of people run away from those issues. You know, as you speak all the time, we have done a lot of malfunctioning of life on this earth the way God planned it. He has one race of people. We're the ones with the confusion on color and gender is out here, but we're the one race. And that's the only way we can operate this city. And I am glad that he's instilled in me and my parents instilled in me to be bold enough to say these things no matter where I go or where I've been. I wanted to say that first to make sure people understand the way we have to run this city. It's a couple of things that I am afraid of this term, you know, and the things that change. One of them, we've taken this budget and doubled it. We've done wonderful things for our general fund, but our public don't understand the general fund is separate from the utility fund. Now, the utility side of things, which a lot of city managers don't have to deal with. They don't deal with that at all. This city has given me an opportunity to serve on the board of directors for the state of Alabama City Managers Association, just like Dr. Hawkins gave me a chance to serve with Troy on the community board. So I've had all kinds of opportunities, so I have no excuses to say that I didn't have opportunities to learn. It's the matter of things that my relationship with God, and that was, if you allow me to get up in the morning, I'll go out and do all these things I promised that I would. That's all I want to do, is wake up, give me a chance. But I also got to realize I'm 66 years old too. You know, I have a family. When you do this job, you do sometimes consciously and unconsciously neglect your family. You neglect a lot of things. And I have a gigantic family. You know, a lot of people that still left, you know, that I care about. And family is not an issue with just the people that's in your house. It's the people that you met throughout your lifetime, people that you care about, or communities you care about. But for an individual to be able to stay around this long and take a look in this type of occupation, you know, it is tough because I have several friends that has retired and left out of the business. But some of the things I want to look at is our general fund. It is solid. It is there. That general fund, we have a lot of things that we plan to do. We also got to make some big decisions. There's some big decisions that y'all gonna be faced with early in this tenure, because it's the decisions that have to be made that a lot of people are not paying attention to, and you just can't wish them away because they're not going away. And those decisions, a lot of them are based on, you take a look at our general fund, and people know how I am about that with budgets and trying to be solid. But at the same time, as you walk, you always got to remember this city. You know, some people just say it sounds good, it's the economic engine of the county, which it is. All that exists. But you got to understand, we have to be in a great shape because we also are responsible for anything that happens in the county. We also look at our school system. We're in a situation now where we're trying to help our school system and allow transparency. Obtain the Troy building, so the riverfront will still be viable. And they're down there, but that costs money if you have to front things for them and try to take care of other things, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. But we're in those negotiations and talk now. I want you people to understand that. So it's a lot of help. Wow. I went up in the attic and got my first uniform to work here. I was proud to get them because we didn't have money. When I took over the city manager, was cashing in the CDs make payroll in 2008. So we didn't have it. We had to put together a plan, we had to follow that plan, we had to put together a grant team that was going to bring grants in. And this is an occupation in a position, in a job of survival. You have to survive throughout, because it's not a day too many to go by that these council people are not going to get people to stand whoever the city manager is. Right now, it just has to be Walls on it, got to go. He needs to go. No matter what it is, you can never shed the responsibility, no matter what's happening while we're setting up in here now. If somebody's not following their training and doing something wrong out there in the field, you know whose shoulders that lay on? The city manager. So you have to have tough shoulders here. No ever business that we are dealing with, given the changes that we are making, and people don't agree with, it comes to this position, no matter what. Trying to please, and I've been fortunate, reasonable thinking council people, it's been great. That's been great. A lot of times, that don't go so good, or you have to worry about that, but the other things, my biggest problem, this time, the biggest thing we gotta face, and I wanna say before I say that, go over that, I wanna tell you some of the things right now that we have going on. And I looked Sunday at the pickleball courts up in our park, and it was full of people. We look at the things that's going on at Sanford Road Park. Also at Sanford Road Park, we've got some work to do there. Our parks and our people's quality of life is very important to us, and it should be. And that's what we've had to look at. It's not a matter of just dealing with children, it's adults too. You know, you have to have it prepared for them a whole lot. So when we look at that, we look at the changes that we have to do there. We're looking at Miracle Park now. We look at some of the people, you know, even we have people that's mad about certain things, there's progress, and gonna be satisfied with it, and we're gonna have some people that's happy about it. But looking at the things we're gonna do with our IT building, the things with the lights that we've done at both parks. We're looking at Moon Lake, if we have that going on now, Miracle Park. We have the Troy building we're dealing with. We have the press box at Sanford Road that we have to redo. We have the municipal building here that we are working on. We have millions of dollars in progress of public work programs that's going on, projects that's going on, millions of dollars. rotated in and out with personnel. We have the factor that no matter where we at in America right now, we have two things going on that people are not paying attention to because they think it just don't, as long as it don't involve them, but they forget what's involved around them. That's a problem that can affect them. They forget about those things, trying to get people to work, just to work on a job. On another side, we have all these people we told for years to go get the best education you can, whatever, but every night they have to sit up and watch the TV and say, IT is getting ready to, I mean, not IT, but AI is getting ready to take my job. Robotics, you look over at 48,000 people being laid off here, 12,000 people being work here. But another job of the city manager is look at how the minds are affected of the people that work from here. I gotta come right back here, the way things work in the election year, next month, and bring to the council who's gonna be appointed as department heads. It's re-up time. It's re-up time for everybody. You have to understand that. Do you have the commitment? You know? Do you want to be involved in making this city the best city it can be? You know, those are the things you're talking about. It might sound corny to a lot of you, but when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it puts so much work on other people, or it causes a delay in the function of the city. We always gonna have this thing about an audit. That's gonna come up no matter every year, and when there's no election, you're gonna have people saying different things. We got reports we gotta do. We got things we gotta do for our grading, to keep our grades. We gotta keep that up for the city. So it's a lot. Borrowing money, we've been able to stay away, but we have to change things. We don't have to go to the market for the future. But we've been able to maintain a good rating. We've been able to maintain a good balance of funds. We're getting ready to raise our reserve fund again in December. I'll be coming to the council with you on that to make sure that's done. That was the thing. But controlling personnel costs, and Mary knows very well, looking at a certain percentage that you get to as far as personnel costs can be detrimental to a city if you don't watch, but at the same time, we're in a place where, okay, it's money. And see, I'm not a person that gets to say that anymore. People forget about that I came here to work at $9,000 a year and was glad to be there. They worry about what I make now. They don't worry about how many jobs I do. So to say that sometimes don't come off, so we have to bring in other people to do that type of talking. You know, because it touches people's feelings. They don't look at staying this long and where you're at, or other people that's in positions that's worked their way up the ladder. So I'm saying a lot of these things, just to say, to get to this point, utilities right now is the monster in this city. A lot of people won't read the paper, or read Sunday's paper, or take a look, and let me tell you something, I wish they would, because the things that we're supposed to do as a utility department and trying to get there, I wrote down a few things. You know, when you look, our thing as a utility department, what people want to see is for us to deliver clean and safe water to customers, return clean water to the Chattahoochee River. You know, we share that. We draw water out there with Columbus, also the Smith Station. People understand it's not just Phenix City utility system that, or people or residents that we are serving. We sell water also to Russell County and Fort Mitchell. We also take waste from Smith Station. I wish people would understand that. Key thing to here is our infrastructure, and you hear that on the news at the federal level all the way down all the time. When you look at, and our job again is to make sure our infrastructure is maintained and to improve as needed because the system is aging. Columbus system is aging, our system is aging. It's got to change, and what a real deal honestly is these regulatory compliances that we got to meet. And what that is directly in line with is the raising operational costs because of inflation throughout. So if people, and we can get our public and those things that we have got to run as far as our websites and have meetings with people in the city because it's going to directly affect us. These things that's coming now, these forever chemicals that they say that's out there that exist that we got to get rid of in our water is a monster. especially in the southern areas too, where we've had a lot of manufacturing companies, and that's waste for years, and these chemicals, they're saying they want them clean, and the mandate that's coming out, they want these clean, clean by 2031. First it was 2029, now it's 2031. You know, people are fighting for their life throughout, you know, the water systems throughout, and it's not cheap. And that's why you need to read and take a look at the rebuilding, the restructuring, or the filtration departments and everything else. So even in there, it's gonna be a cost. You see all the things on the news about the rising costs in Columbus. Well, that's not gonna be the only cost, you know. They're gonna have to put a regulatory compliance cost along with that to do the things they gotta do. People are not saying that because you want sufficient water, and you have got to have it, and it's gonna be tough doing that, changing our system throughout here. And we have done millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars worth of work. But that's not even touching the tip of what we have to do as far as for our utility department. That is a lot to grab onto, so we're gonna ask everybody to bear with us and try to we're gonna try to put out as much education as we can about it, but it's affecting the whole area. And it's not just Phenix City, it's Columbus, and everything you hear them talking about in Columbus on the news, take heed to it, please listen. Please listen to that, because it's very important to try to understand if you can, and this is man-made, you know, and you just can't sit back and say we're gonna give an extension past that, because upgrading these facilities are gonna be tens of millions of dollars. At the same time, people gotta understand that fund belongs to the citizens. So that cost is passed on to the citizens. It's not a whole lot you can absorb in that. So it's very important that people listen up and see and look at the literature that we'll be putting out over the next several months, because things have got to change here too. Because if you can't do it, or it's almost like the council is going to be put in a tough situation, because if they don't do it, you're causing the collapse of the system. So it's not, you know, and I want to make sure we can bring everybody in and take a look at it as a whole, so people can see that. Because there's no getting away from that. There's no hiding that. You know, if somebody wants to hide that and then just say, see you later, you know, that's not a good thing at all. But it's so important that we understand that and make sure our citizens can understand as much about it as possible. They're not going to understand. They don't work in that every day. I don't work in it every day. You know, we have to bring people in and companies and everything else and go here to understand the PFAS and understand these substances that's in this chemical compounds that's here in this water. You just about have to be a scientist or a good student of biology to understand where they are doing and try to get these things to dissipate and eliminate them from the water. And the mandate that's there to do this is going to take a lot of different type of machinery, changes inside our system, and this stuff is not cheap. So I want to make sure that I start through this few months and put together a schedule over the next 24 months. Will I be able to see it? I don't know. But I want every last one of y'all to remember this. Doing this right, and when you train from the old school, I guess I'm from a generation way back, going to whatever they call it, you know, to deal with Generation Z now, or dealing with whatever. We've seen the millennials come and go, and we've seen Generation X, now we're at the Z, and we're wondering about what understanding we got of life on Earth. And it's tough to look at these things, but I hope everybody kind of wise up, because I want you to remember this. During this tenure with a lot of y'all out there, you understand what happened this month and 5 months ago. We lost Gail Green, and we lost Steve Smith, and we lost Captain Campbell's career during this time. So it has been tough. It does make you want to get out the game. You don't want to lose anybody that's on your team when you're supposed to be a so-called leader. You know, we look at that, and it's a lot that has affected us. and coming out of, or trying to come out of what COVID did to this world, to this entire world. Just take a look at it, it is pretty tough. So I appreciate y'all listening to me, giving me a little time to do that, but it's time to go to work.
Exactly. And I'm saying this, and then we'll watch this. I know I said it's opposite, but I do want to say this to everyone. A lot has changed. Get ready for the video. I'm not going to be here long, but I do want to say this. There's a lot of challenging things that are happening, but I tell you this. We as a council, we as department heads, we as citizens, we as Phenix City has always been overcomers. And the reason why that is because in order to have overcoming faith, we got to have endurance faith, and we're going to continue to endure. And I know that Mr. Hunter said, and I'm going to just take 2 minutes here. And I do want to say this, I'm a big fan of watching Andy Griffin, and I love Barney Fife, who say nip it in the bud. So I want to nip this in the bud because I know I've been approached, and it's been very, very offensive. And it makes you upset. And I've heard it from blacks, and I've heard it from some whites, the makeup of the council. But let me tell you something about Steve Bailey. Over 50 years ago, Steve, you remember when we went hunting? Over 50 years ago, right? And you know, I'm 65, over 50 years ago, so you know, I was a little bit boy. He always asked me. But I do want to tell you this. Let me tell you about Steve Bailey. What you see is what you get. And so, regardless of how his makeup is, it doesn't matter. He's not going to change. He just is comfortable, and you don't have to worry about him throwing a rock and hiding his hands. So for anybody who's black or white, now I haven't heard from any Hispanic, tries to talk about the makeup of this council, and he being the only, and I'm going to use him as a minority. It doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter to us. Because as Mr. Hunter said, we're going to do the right thing. And we're going to compete. So I want to nip that in the bud, and it's offensive, very offensive, when people say that. And I've heard it from blacks and I've heard it from whites. And I haven't heard it from any other nationality. But we're not going to play that game because I know Steve Bailey. We don't always agree, but guess what? We don't clip each other. And I appreciate that. So let's not come to that. Thank you for bringing that up, which I was going to say it anyway. We are going to continue to serve this people. I don't care what makeup it is. It can be 5 whites, it can be 5 black, it can be 5 Hispanic, it can be 5 China, it can be, I don't care. We going to serve this community. Okay?
Okay, what I'm gonna show you, Mayor, is we get a lot of complaints about trashing up the city. So we've had a complaint from a business owner on another business owner. And what we've been trying to do, and I hate to do this, but this is very important because I get beat down about it all the time. And this is from your district too, Councilperson Green. This is from some of the things that you see because she's all about trying to keep it clean. Well, we're gonna show you some of the things we're up against. And this particular thing has just got to happen. It's going to be this. We don't show these things, yes, we catch people. But I got a call over the weekend. That's another thing people don't understand. My job is 24/7. I never get off work. You know, always got to be prepared. And getting this call, this guy a few weeks ago said that I'm doing a video, and I had to tell him. He said, well, my complaint against the police department, they said you got to see these things. I said, well, then you got to see them. You know, it can be your word against someone else. He said, well, when I bring you video, I expect you to do something about it. I said, well, that's what you need to do then. You need to bring video for people to see because we can't be everywhere. There's no way to be everywhere. So there's some things that I'm going to show you. Shannon, when you go to that one there, the video, go to the next video, first video on there, Mike. I want to show you what people decide to do in this city. So that's going to turn to the side. But what happened is this guy was recording on the morning. He said this person every weekend comes through this neighborhood and throw things out the car and garbage on the side of the road and then go down through the projects off of 14th Street and 11th Avenue and does the same thing. So he decided to send this video of this stuff that was occurring. So this person stops by Chicken Coma. He crossed over the street. He's getting ready to go down a one-way street, another violation. He makes a stop at Jesse's store there. Things that he, you know, is an amateur video person. So he put some things out of the car, which you come back and see later. He make it.
And he just drops all his garbage over there.
Drops some more garbage over there on the side. And then he goes down the wrong way street down to
All that.
Frederick Douglass. Now this is curved.
Driving in the city, in the projects.
So he basically, so he
All of this garbage is from George Lewis. Every bit of it. Every freaking bit of it. Every Saturday and Sunday he dumps his. I'll back up now. Sorry, piece of shit.
Sorry about that. Sorry about it.
Here comes George Lewis. Watching him. Go garbage now.
That's a bad thing. Do you have the messages on there that he sent me out?
Yes.
So what occurred here, when he was messaging me, all of a sudden this person's family started harassing the other business owner and sending things to them. And they wanted him to delete this because he had gotten so mad they put it on Facebook page, you know. So he started getting these messages after then, you know, and like I say, the same person is giving a lot of hell to our inspection department with them trying to do their job too. You know, but it's got to start somewhere where people has got to be accountable for what they're doing as they criticize this city. But then for them to get caught going out on weekends and going through a housing project to throw trash in. And and he finally got to the point because he had been telling me about this for a few weeks. And I said, I can't be here, police, we don't know when he come through, so that's what he's doing. But some of these messages that he had sent through about being asked to delete things and stuff like that, so we're just gonna keep on hiding. So we decided not to hide now. So we're starting from the day through. So if we get hit with how many of these businesses and these people are taking tires and stuff and throwing them out on the streets at nighttime, and where they're going to these locations, which you ask about all the time. So I'm just showing, it's just not regular Joe Blow out here that's putting trash in. This is business people too. You know, that had to be shown. But that was some other things that had to go up.
Well,
Okay.
thank you all. I know we've been here for a while, but I do want to say this before we adjourn. Let's continue to be overcomers. But before we can have overcoming faith, we gotta have endurance faith. And we are going to endure. So I do want to say that we're going to continue to serve. This is not the first time a makeup of a council has been made up differently. But I'm telling you now, we're going to push back on that. And it's very, very offensive to Steve Bailey, and it's offensive to all this council. Because like I said, I've been knowing Steve over 50 years. We went hunting. I was a young man, teenager, not even a teenager. And how he is how he is, and I appreciate that. and we're gonna continue to serve. And let me tell you, he doesn't care. Like we don't care, because we want to serve the people. Thank you all so much. Thanks our department head, Mr. Harmon, and we do stand adjourned. Thanks.